Don't run ads for your app in 2026. Instead, use these 4 steps that have helped generate over 22 million downloads for the consumer apps we've worked with at Plutus Media. Today, most app founders and marketers still believe that scaling comes down to spending more on ads. And I've seen funded teams, huge apps burn hundreds of thousands on high production creatives that nobody cares about. So if you're tired and if you don't want to waste your budget and get very low or negative ROAS, make sure to watch this entire video. So let's get into it. If you're still blowing money on high production assets without proof, without organic validation, first, you're gambling your budget away and the house will always win. So the campaigns that led to 22 million downloads didn't come from high-end production, polished production, or expensive creative agencies. They came from raw, authentic, organic content that wins organically first. What does this mean? Essentially, let's imagine you want to run a high-performing paid ad strat. What would you need? You would need to produce a lot of videos with a lot of creator or a lot of personas. So you might do statics as well. Who cares? The point is you would need to spend a lot on creative volume. How would you flag which videos or which ads would win? You would need to get all of them live and put budget on every single one of them until one or a few are the winners, and then you spend more on those. So you're spending money on all of these creatives that you don't know if they will work, when you could just create a lot of videos, post them on organic socials first, optimize for organic socials first with authentic styles, authentic creators, and from there, the videos that win organically, those are the ones you put on ads. Needless to say, this works much better than just guessing what'll work and just putting budget behind ads and praying things will scale. The key to taking your team or your app from burning through the budget to actually reducing spend and driving results is one simple rule. You only invest in creatives that hit at least 10,000 organic views with above 5% engagement rate. Here's how you implement that. So what do you need to do? You need to have kill signals. So you need to know which creatives are creatives to kill or concepts to kill. So if you're stuck in 200, 300 view jail for more than 10 posts, just stop. If you have early drop-offs in the first 3 seconds, that's probably why you have low views. So also fix for that. So what do you replace this with? You need to replace this with, again, high volume organic systems to test using creator pages or new pages for your app. And you want to make sure that the creative decisions on what's a good video versus what's a bad video, that these decisions are made by the algorithms of the platforms. TikTok, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts, whatever it is. You want to make sure that you validate organically first. I think Gary Vee said this, before you throw paid into it. Now, mind you, paid ads are great. Paid ads are probably the way you're going to scale to $1 million a month with your app. But paid ads are definitely not the way you should start. UGC organic, high volume organic campaigns will always open more doors and give you more leverage that you can use on paid, and you can make your budget much more efficient. So let's move into the next step, because this means nothing if you can't actually produce enough content to test. So what do you want to do? We've posted at Plutus Media over 150,000 posts and 1.4 billion views for consumer apps in 2025 alone. So I can tell you that all of the creative ideas that come from discussing and guessing are almost always wrong. And not because the ideas are bad, but because they're not the algorithm. So once again, what you need to do is you need to look through what's already working, and you need to make sure you find a creative angle to place your product in a concept like that. So the algorithm actually favors high retention, watch time, and early engagement. That's it. You just need to have videos people watch. It sounds simple, sounds stupid, but that's it. That's what all of your wins will have in common. And on top of better engagement, it's also way faster to do this and to post organically and get validation. It's way faster doing that than spending, days brainstorming which ad creatives or which creatives will end up performing or not, right? So the thing about, brainstorming new ideas without testing and without using proven concepts is that, one, it's too slow. Two, it's high risk because you have no proof that will work. And three, it's really just impossible to scale or very slow, right, to scale. And meanwhile, everyone that's winning nowadays in the app scene is organic first, taking obviously a few exceptions. They're producing high volume organic videos and launching new batches every single day, getting feedback loops in place and making sure that they're getting that validation. They're on top of all the organic traffic, they're getting that validation that they can then feed into paid ads. So organic videos are actually the most effective way to test any creative and scale based on what people want to watch. All right. Anyway, you want to be pulling ideas through what's going viral across all different niches. You want to make sure you save ideas that you can easily replicate with your team or your creator team in a way that introduces your product with the same kind of concept. You want to pull from comment sections, from TikTok search insights from Reddit threads, topics that are high engagement, people care about, and then you want to have a structure around how you're going to be able to create that 10, 20, 50 times to be able to post at that scale. Now, quick side note, if you want to skip building all of this yourself, the network, the infrastructure, the content systems, and that's exactly what we do. We're the #1 growth partner for consumer apps. We've been around for 3 years. We've generated over 22 million app downloads using this exact system. So if you're ready to, see if we could help, go ahead and click the link in the description, book a call with my team, and we'll see if we can help. Now, let's get into how you can actually validate before you spend. So let me share the biggest mistake. They completely skip this organic validation, or they look at it like, if I put $1 in, how many dollars do I get out? Like, I get the point, but that's the wrong way to look at it. So posting organically, having an organic UGC campaign go out is not only about the direct return you get from it. Of course, you'll get a lot of organic traffic installs, and there's a lot of people who scale only with that, but you're missing on the whole point. You have all this validation from the organic algorithm that you can use for everything else. You can use that to improve the product. You can use that for your ads, which is what we're speaking of right now. So if you skip that organic validation, or if you're doing that and not using that, the mistake we see is that people just go straight to paid with creatives that have never seen the daylight of an organic For You page. And then they wonder why their ads don't scale, why their CPI keeps getting higher. So TikTok, Instagram Reels, short form content organically, doing a UGC campaign is non-negotiable. If you have consumer facing product or consumer app in this case, it's non-negotiable for every single creative asset. So that's the thing. It's like, since TikTok launched, these algorithms are so powerful that #1, you don't need a high number of followers to be able to get to millions of people, to be able to get millions of views. So the algorithm rewards individual creative quality. And by quality, I mean, how many people care about that video rather than how many followers you have. From that, what happened, the whole space completely shifted how people look at marketing, especially for consumer facing products and apps, because it's like the democratization of media. You don't need to have a following to get lots of attention. And that's great, because what that means is, if you have a truly winner, if you have a truly good video, it'll go viral regardless of your follower. And what that means is, because of that, you have this unbiased way of testing your concepts that you can use to get a lot of organic traffic by operationalizing it. And on top of that, you can use that to validate your ads. So again, paid ads give you forced impressions. So people see your app because you paid for them to see it, not because they chose to watch. And this can be a huge problem for a number of reasons. So you'll end up making decisions based on like polluted data. And organic is meritocratic, meaning, again, the content either holds attention or it doesn't. There's no ad algorithm popping up a bad video with your budget. So again, if you get a viral video organically, put ads on it. That's it. You get free validation there. Again, when something wins organically, people actually chose to watch it, which creates a warm lead or potential customer. So that's the difference between scaling a winner and scaling something that gives you inconsistent results. Now, let me walk you through the organic validation framework we use to eliminate the guesswork and dial in the perfect audience. So you want to be testing 5 to 10 variations per concept, right? The concept be, hey, let's target this avatar with a style that talks about this pain point, right? So with that concept, you want to test 5 to 10 variations. One of them will outperform, and then you want to do 5 to 10 more of those videos, and you want to post obviously a lot. Post twice, 3 times per day per page to completely negate luck, and you can get through these stages very quickly. And then any video that gets above 5,000 views is worth it to create 5, 10, 15 more of those, and you'll most likely find a winner very fast. And you want to control randomness. So you want to clone the winning formats across different pages, across different creators, and you want to test the same kind of concept with changing different things, so you can pinpoint exactly what's working and what's not. So when you validate a winner organically, you want to be able to understand when you should be putting paid budget behind it. First of all, if it gets above 10,000 views with over 5% engagement rate, provided it's a product-centric concept, you should test with a small budget on Spark Ads at least. How do you operationalize that? Once you get a winner, you need to double down across your creator team. So everyone needs to start doing that, and you'll most likely start getting viral hits more consistently. And all the videos that match this criteria I just told you, you want to put Spark Ads budget behind. And you'll see that you'll be able to increase your speed to results by a lot. So again, you can't treat Spark Ads like traditional paid ads and just let them run until your budget's gone. You need to understand the strategy behind amplifying these winners. That means you need to know when to boost, how to rotate formats, and how to avoid creative fatigue so your best content keeps performing. So don't try to polish up your ads. Those videos on Spark with the social proof, with all the likes, the comments, the saves, will beat polished ads 9 times out of 10. And you want to launch it immediately once a video hits 10,000 10,000 views, over 5% engagement rate, provided that it's a product-centric approach. Now, with a lot of our campaigns, we also see that after a few days of a video being a winner, like over 500K, a million views, that's when we put Spark Ads budget behind it. And it usually also works very, very well. What I'm saying is if you're very early, you have no viral hits. Once a video hits that kind of threshold of the 10,000 views with over 5% engagement rate, you want to put paid budget behind it on Spark Ads to be able to see whether or not it's going to convert. This is my experience. This is the system that's driven over 22 million app downloads, and it's still the opposite of what most growth teams are doing right now. I mean, the winning teams are doing it, but if you want us to build this for your app instead of just trying to figure it all out by yourself, the link's in the description to book a call, and we'll map out what this could look like if we can or can't help. But you know, worst case scenario, you leave with more clarity than you currently have, and you'll have a bit of advice from our team on what to do next. Thank you for watching.